Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg. This is my YouTube channel. Tonight we are going to do a repair, or should I call it a rig, to try to make it to where the pickup plate on this Ives 3252 will contact the track so we can run it around temporarily until we can find the correct pickup plate. This Ives 3252 was produced in 1926, so as you can imagine, they're not at the hobby store. So I mean, we will find one. It's just a matter of waiting and finding the right opportunity, and it just hasn't presented itself just yet. In the meantime, I'd like to run it around the track. I'd like to play with it a little bit. We still don't have a caboose for this particular set, but we're working on that as well. I have located one. It's a little more than I want to pay, but you know, boys and their toys, right? All right, with no further ado, I'm going to get this better, or in a way that's better that you guys can see it. We can zoom in on it and we can try to repair it. I have a couple of, I keep saying repair. It's not going to be a repair. It's going to be a rig, okay? You'll see what I mean here in a minute. And I have two options, two approaches in mind, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, everybody, who's ready for some shenanigans? Tonight, I think we're going to try to temporarily fix the pickup for this Ives 3252, so we can put it on the track and run it a little bit. I have some ideas, none of which I know for sure will work or not. So you can either watch me succeed or you can watch me fail. This is the steeple cab locomotive, the Ives steeple cab 3252. It would have been in real life an electric locomotive. In other words, it was powered by electricity, overhead wires, etc., as opposed to diesel. So anyway, let's get this started. Let me show you what the issue is, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, issue is really simply that we need a new pickup plate. This one is broken. It does have part of one end, and I think that's what we're going to try to work towards. Now, my first idea is that it has this slot here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Open slot. It would be better if it was a round hole, but it's not. So what I'm thinking is that we might try to retrofit this Lionel pickup thing and secure it from here to maybe this round hole. Now that's very, very rigged. I guess that's how you'd say it, but I think it will work until we can find this plate. I'm having a difficult time finding this plate. This pickup plate is the issue. I mean, we will find it, but so far I've come up with nothing. So, all right, I have a couple of different ideas on how we might fasten this. We could maybe get a very, very small nut and bolt and just put that there, like so. The nut and bolt through here, and then some way fasten it here, or we could probably try, and this might work. I don't know if it would be strong enough or not, but what we might do is we could maybe flux this real good and flux this real good, and then just solder through the hole, connecting this through this, making kind of a mushroom head on this side, and then on the other side, and maybe that would hold it, because I don't believe this is perfectly round. Maybe it would hold it in. So that's just some ideas I've had just right off the bat. So we're going to try that. I mean, we don't have anything to lose, so let's get going. Okay, so even for my channel, this is some pretty extreme shenanigans. We're going to take just a bunch of this flux, and we're just going to kind of work it in here. Get ready for that solder as best as we can. Now, I did take, and I did this before I turned on the camera, and I do apologize for that. I took a paper towel here with some alcohol, and I just cleaned it up in case there was any oil or something on it, but I think it was pretty clean, honestly, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm just gonna flux this really good, and maybe, just maybe, if we can get that solder to go in this hole like I'm imagining, which what are the odds? Then we might actually have a chance of making this work, and maybe we can actually run it tonight. That might be kind of cool. The runtime on this one has been severely hampered because the pickup was simply this bent piece of metal, and it just didn't work. It didn't didn't hold spring tension, and it just, well, it's just not the way it was designed to work. So, all right, let's take some solder and just kind of start kind of building this up, maybe. All right. It was sticking, and now it's kind of not. We're just gonna have to do this kind of slow. So it's gonna be looking kind of globby there, but that's okay. We can handle that. This is definitely not NASA quality solder here. All right, so that's kind of what I had in mind. So now what I want to do is I want to take this pickup shoe and hold it with this, because I suspect it's going to get pretty hot pretty quickly. So, all right, hopefully my hand or head or something isn't in the way here. I'm just going to kind of dampen that up and just kind of try to get this to sit on there. It would help if my pliers would cooperate a little bit. So far that's not happening. Oh, that was kind of close, I think. Close to what I had in mind anyway. I think we just lost most of our solder. Okay, so that's not working exactly how I had hoped it would. Let's try again. Now all this excess solder here, don't worry about it. It's not going to stick to anything down there. It's going to come right off. So let's try this another way maybe. Problem is I need about 3 hands. And God only gave me 2. So we'll work with that as best as we can. So I'm having a hard time holding this with these pliers. So let's see. Oh man, I almost think if my pliers would sit still long enough, this would work. Are you believing it? Wow. Okay, well, it's on there now. How well, I'm not sure exactly. Let this set up pretty good before I mess with it a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and get some of this excess solder that beaded up here off. And it should just come right off. It's not flux there, so it shouldn't stick to anything. Now that doesn't mean it's not going to be hot, so I need to be real careful, I guess. All right. So as crazy as that seemed so far, it seems pretty good. Well, you know, that actually may work. So, all right, let's see. See if I can see the bottom here. See if you can see the bottom. You know, that is pretty darn good. Well, you know what? Yay us. Well, it's not exactly square with how it needs to go, but I don't think it's going to matter much. So, all right. So I think next thing I'll do is I'll get out a fiberglass pencil and I will clean this collector up. This is one that's used. I just saved it in case, whatever. I guess this is whatever. Let me get that fiberglass pencil. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my fiberglass pencil. Just going to kind of clean this guy up. He is used, but this is a very temporary at best repair. I didn't actually fully expect that this would work quite as well as it appears it has worked. I'm going to go get a piece of track and see how that shoe rides on the track. So Okay, let's see. That's a little high. But we can adjust it down. I wonder if it's too high. Let's see. So we can change the geometry here a little bit just by pressing this down and up. I believe that's kind of what we want. Now let's see. Let's turn it over for a minute and see if it rides flush on the track or if it wants to raise up off the track. No, I think that's good. Well, what do you know about that? Well, you know what we got to do, right? We got to take it to the training room and we've got to try it out. I guess I'll turn off this soldering iron. Very hesitant to say if this is going to work or not because that just seems way too easy. All right, let's go take it in there. Okay, so we got it here on the track. It looks like it's riding pretty good on there. Haven't tested it out just yet because I wanted us all to witness that together. Now, I do want to say something before we try this. I want to say, and I want everybody to hear that I know that what we just did was not the correct repair. It needs a new pickup plate. This is just so that we can use it and enjoy it until we find that pickup plate. So, all right, having said that, let's try it, see what happens, maybe nothing. Oh, hey. Well, hey, all right. I'm going to have to, oh, hey, it's going too fast. All right, well, I'm going to have to zoom out. Maybe move it over a little. Oh my goodness, I kind of thought it might work. I didn't think it would work that well, though. It's all right. Well, this is pretty cool. I would have brought a, a more proper type of tripod had I known. All right, I'm going to let this run around a few more times and see if that brush holds on. I've got that soldered on there remarkably well, so I think it might, but time will tell. And if it looks like it is, we're going to bring some cars in here and we're going to run around the track and call it a triumph. And we'll definitely bring the better tripod too. Wow, this is exciting. I mean, the first idea right out of the box and it worked. My goodness. All right, well, I think when it comes back around again, we're going to stop and we're going to call that fairly confident that this is going to work. And I'm going to grab the cars for it, and for the first time ever, it'll probably go around the track more than twice. Well, it just did, so. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so we have this Ives 3252 here on the track. We've got the cars that we have for it behind it. We have 2 tank cars, and I believe that's the gondola. It could be a hopper, but I think it's a gondola. And anyway, they're about ready to show off for you guys. I don't yet have a caboose for this guy. We've been working on that if you've been following this saga. Haven't quite found the correct one just yet that is in any kind of dollar form that I wanted to shout out. So anyway, all right, enough of all that. Let's see what happens. All right. So I'm going to say that's a pretty good temporary repair. All right, we're going to let this guy run around a few times and we'll drop to the ground and give you guys the shots that you like. Now, we won't have a second locomotive running, so they may not be as dramatic, but you know what? I think this is pretty awesome. I think it's pretty special, and I think it deserves to run by itself. Just because I think it's pretty incredible and doesn't need to be upstaged. By far, this is the bestest run since we've had it anyway. I mean, it's pretty much flawless. We have run this before just by bending that tab down, but it would only make it a couple of times around the track before that tab bent back and lost its spring, and that was it. So, all right. Who wants to see it run by on the ground? I do. Let's do it. Okay, who's ready for these shenanigans? So, all right. Once again, this is the Ives 3252. It would have been produced in 1926. That makes it, what? 97 years old. So yes, I guess that's why he explains that I can't find the pickup plate quite as easily as I could for some of the others, but we will keep looking and I will find it. I just haven't found it yet. But in the meantime, I think we have a pretty good temporary fix. All right, let's get going with the ground shots. Hey everybody, this has been the Ives 3252, built in 1926. And we have temporarily fixed him to where he will pick up power off the track. And he's been running for a good 15-20 minutes now, and I don't know, it seems pretty cool to me. The most time it definitely has run while I've owned it anyway. All right, well, I guess it's about that time to say that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I definitely enjoyed the video. I did not actually expect this to work. It was just something I tried, and maybe it was a fluke. I really don't know. But either way, I couldn't be any more pleased, even if I had to be. So, all right. For our returning subscribers, thank you. We could not do this without you. We appreciate the likes, the camaraderie, the friendship, the suggestions, returning to watch our videos. I mean, that's a big plus. I mean, and putting up with our shenanigans tonight. I think that's shenanigans with a capital S. But it worked out, and I love it. So I'm going to be quiet for just a minute. We're going to let this guy run around the track just a few more times, and we're going to call it. All right, everybody, that's it for tonight. GGS Railways out.